million orphans in the world today. The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org, that's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining the Cindy Cochran Show. We appreciate it, and we also appreciate our sponsor, Chris Wootton, and the Wootton Financial Group. Chris was on yesterday, and he explained about the bank mess that's been going on and to quell the fears of the citizens of Texas. And I think they're pretty good, but he gave some great advice on when you go into a bank that you want to choose. Here's the things you ask them. But to me, it was like all the questions that you were asking was they push the button on the floor to call the police because it looks like this person's is going to rob the bank because I'm getting too much information about you. But he said this will help you understand the liquidity of your bank and how strong they are, and don't worry about them and all that. But if you ask those questions, they'll have much respect for you. So, but it's, to me, it reminds me of a woman trying to go into a mechanic's world and explain what their car is doing and what they think it might be doing. And all they can do are sounds, like it sounds like this, it sounds like that. I'll tell you what, my car, Honda, when I turn it off, if I've had the air conditioning on and I turn it off, it whines like a baby. I mean, it sounds like a human whining. And people that walk past the car, and I'll look in to see what's going on, and I'm talking to the car saying, okay, I'm sorry, I should have turned the air conditioner off. So anyway, but he was here, he helped us, he got us through it, and I think talked to a lot of people away from the roof, and maybe told them, like, okay, get the money out of your mattress, bring it in, it's going to be okay, just find where you feel the most comfortable. So anyway, but today we did talk about Shannon coming on, talking about things that are going on in Conroe, but now we have in the flesh the person who makes a lot of things happen in Conroe, Armando Nino.
Hey, how are you?
Did I do?
You said it perfect.
I know, but then you go, hey, how are you? But you should have talked back to me with an accent.
Me llamo Armando.
Okay.
Mucho gusto, introducción. That means introduction in Spanish.
That's great. Okay.
Gracias. Gracias para todo.
Oh dear, I've certainly unleashed the monster. But anyway, there's a big thing that's going on in Conroe, and he's going to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then he brought with him a very special guest. I can't believe we have someone. You've seen in the movies the silks, not scarves, but the silks that come down and they climb, they dance on them. They have, like a hammock, and then they have all these different ways of moving through it. And if you ever saw Zookeeper, it was like the funniest. Did you ever see Jack Black? Not Jack Black. No.
It's the guy from the UPS guy.
Yes, the UPS guy. Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Did you ever see that movie? It
did.
Was hilarious. But he was very drunk, and he got caught up in the scarf. They were going around, and so he starts trying to dance and do the stuff that he's seen the other girls do, the mavens do. Did I say it right? The mavens. So he wasn't a maven at all, but so you get a kind of an idea from that. But if you've ever gone to Cirque du Soleil, then you have another idea how it's done and done professionally, and it's amazing. But we have with us now. Don't tell me. I know your name, and I'm gonna say it. No, I just met.
You can do
Look
it.
at Richard's going home on Cindy, but Jenna, I got it, Jenna.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Got it.
Okay, Jenna. Okay, all right. I was testing you. I thought you'd just come up with the name, and
good
it
test.
was. Jenna is with Marconino. Meraki. So that accent isn't too good. Meraki.
Meraki
How I'd
House.
have done it.
Please explain the Meraki House to us. Tell us what you do there.
So it is a fitness-based circus school, essentially.
Oh,
So-
boy.
And I say this as a school, it's more of a community. So you get to learn no matter what your body is. Our saying is every body is welcome in this house. You get to learn silks. You get to learn the sling, which is the hammock fabric. You get to learn the hoop. You even get to learn pole. We have belly dance. We have yoga. It's all kinds of things. You have a little bit of circus, a little bit of fitness, a little bit of dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you bring all that talent home, and then where do you use that?
Yeah.
It's just, like I don't know if I could go to Kroger and use that. I'm trying to think the places I go.
If you can learn how to lift yourself up and down on the silks and climb, you can pick up your groceries a lot better. Let me tell you.
That's it. It's for the fitness part of it. And so the silks are strong enough to hold someone like me.
Absolutely.
Is there a weight bearing? Okay, if you're over this weight, you can't use. No, they're strong
No.
enough.
Yes. You learn how to use your own body. We start from the bottom, work it to the top.
There you go.
slow.
So I like
Yeah.
that. So now, so what are the age groups of women that come in? Is it all ages?
Yes, we have all ages. From all ranges, from teenager to college, all the way up to moms to grandmas. We even have some husbands coming in here.
All right, there you go.
a lot of fun.
See, guys will seek out where they think the women will be, and this is a good introduction to that. So if you want to, and Armando, I see you going over and doing a few swings on the silks. Are you? No, you don't.
No.
You-
I'm more Magic Mike, less pole. Yeah, I just
Some
saying,
floor work.
I'm all floor
More
work.
Magic
Yeah,
Mike.
I'm all floor work. Yeah. No
I
pole.
love that.
No scarves.
no
yeah,
poles.
no. Wow.
Well, now when she says the pole, you're not talking about. You're talking about the
pole,
the
pole.
silk.
So it's pole.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really. Oh,
Yeah.
you're dancing on the pole. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I've competed nationally around the U.S.
Oh,
with
my
pole
word.
fitness. You can take it wherever you want to. It's the best full body workout ever, and it's so much fun.
I
So
don't know how someone can jump that high or crawl up the pole, but they do, and it's amazing to me. Your upper body strength must be amazing.
It's where you're working all of your body. It's simultaneous. We teach you techniques. Climb it
You
up.
do?
You use your booty, your legs, everything.
I'd
Yes.
love to take you out
Yeah.
on the road and go see some of this used in the real world, kind of things, Just get your reaction to some of the, the gestures, the movements, how they
Right.
work, and, there's a lot there. And there's a lot of places you can find it used in real world. In fact,
You can.
Yeah, you can sign while doing it too.
I give
Right,
it. Let
Cindy?
go of the silk. It's like,
As long as you have
crash.
like a couple of dollars in your teeth, you can do anything while you observe.
a couple of dollars in your teeth. Okay. All right. So Armando, tell us why you're here.
Well,
No, tell us about what's going on. And Jenna's going to be part of what's happening this weekend. So
yes. The 25th, Saturday at B52 Brewing. And I'm surprised. I just assumed everybody knew exactly where B52 Brewing is. But it's right past the San Jacinto Bridge. If you're heading towards Montgomery, it's on the left-hand side. If you're leaving Conroe, going to Montgomery down 105 West,
Yeah.
it's on your left-hand side, right past the San Jacinto Bridge.
Okay.
So B52 Brewing's right back there. Now it's a beer garden. It's like, I think 10 acres or something like that. And it has a full service, like a bomber hangar that brews beer.
Okay.
And it's huge.
And
Indoor,
you get to
Hey, Marno, I tell people it's right behind the baby cakes, cupcakes.
it is behind baby.
It's right
Cakes.
behind it.
And that place is in that center right out front, and they make amazing food, and they're kind of like the A team of cakes. I mean, if you can find them and you know their number, maybe they can make your cake. You know, it's like the A team of cakes.
Yeah. Well, it's just easier to tell people that because if they turn into baby cakes, you can actually access B52s from baby cakes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and there really are that, you know, cool of a cake maker, and you know that's not
It's
a,
just
a
something
plug.
to see.
I've been there a few times, and that place, I'm like, can you make my birthday cake? Well, we're a couple of weeks back. Like,
Is-
is it that good? You know, and then I had that attitude at first, but then after yeah, they are. They really are.
Nothing
Okay,
bad
I'll
about
yeah.
going to get
They
some
can back
beer
it
and then dropping off and getting some cupcakes at the same time.
So you're
Yeah,
saying I need
yeah.
to get
Would
a
that
cake
go-
for my birthday.
They have
over there.
really good cakes. It might be a good place to get a birthday cake. I mean, I would certainly think I'd want to go look at some of their cakes. But nevertheless, right behind Baby Cakes, right there past the San Jacinto Bridge on the left-hand side. If you're leaving Conroe going to Montgomery, it's on the left-hand side, right past the San Jacinto Bridge on 105 West. And you, so right around there is the beer garden. Now it's a beer garden. It's in the woods, right?
So that's kind of hard to. I mean, there's a sign on 105?
It's a great Google. It's an easy Google. Just
Okay.
Google it. Yeah, B52 Brewing, and it'll tell you exactly how to get there. It'll put it on your dashboard for you, you know. And then just 1 to 8, we figured it would be a nice event during the middle of the day. So on a Saturday, being that there's a lot of classes that were food and beverage related, like wine related classes, craft brewing classes, mead classes, cider classes. One of them's certified by the European Wine Union.
And that's all going on?
Uh-huh.
And they're doing that.
at the
okay.
event at the Libation Creation Festival, September 25th, 1 to 8 at B52 Brewing. But while you're there, you can go to one of these classes, you can go to the artisan market, or you can just get into the entertainment and do the wine, beer, mead, cider walk, watch some aerial artistry. And I think that's how
Aerial
we're,
artistry.
Yes, I love how
wow.
you said that.
and,
That's great.
And you can do that, or you could listen to some live music by Harley Ray or AJ Santana, which I think both have this sort of grunge, red dirt, industrial, sort of comfortable, a young, vibrant style of music that I think is strong yet subtle enough to be appropriate for an event like this. You know, where they're
Red
not.
dirt.
Yeah, a
Oh,
little
red
country red dirt, you know,
yeah.
a little raspy, little
Yeah.
got East Texas
That's a
on
good-
my mind, you know, that kind of thing, you know, and I've seen a lot of that, and it's really nice. I think Harley Ray's a great touch. AJ Santana is also, and I think they're both just not
AJ
seeing their moment.
Santana, is he related to?
Carlos?
Yeah.
No,
No?
he's not.
Oh,
And-
man.
but I think the
I would just say it was.
great guitar, and I think all the entertainment. And I mean, this is a free event. It's free, right? I think there's a lot of ways to spend money.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and on a Saturday and
Right.
entertain your family, but there's not a lot of free ways. Wherever that line is of free opportunities to do on this Saturday, March 25th, I want to stand in there and you know, I'll be there waiting for you in that free line. You know, so if you think, you know, I don't really know if we have enough money to go out and entertain the whole family this Saturday, well, go to the free line at that point and just see who's standing there. And I'll be there, you know.
You'll
so
be there,
I don't know if
okay.
there's anybody else in that line or where to stand because there was no, you know, line or anything. But I'll be there and it's free. You can come out and catch aerial artistry from 1 to 3 with Maraca House.
Okay, so that's 1 to 3. That's what I was going to ask. You know,
Mm-hmm.
was yours in a certain time and certain place?
1 to
Are they
3.
they just walk around this and how are you directed to hers?
At 1 o'clock, you'll start your tastings, and the artisan market will be open, and you can go and taste until you find something you want to pair it with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is good. I'm stopping now, right? No more tastings needed. And then you can go buy your bottle of wine from Bernhardt, which is the 2023 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Reserve Grand Champion. You can go pick up one of those bottles and go sit down, couple glasses, and just sit on a bench and enjoy the entertainment at that point. You can go get some Houston City Orchard cider, some mead from New Waverly, and some mead from Houston, some beer from B52, and just go buy your 6-pack, sit down, and enjoy the festivities at that point. Or you can walk and just taste, you know, and so you'd have an option But at that point, once you decipher your flavor of choice, then
Yes.
you can camp out and enjoy the things that we set up for that. There'll be some beer
To
garden
entertain you, yeah.
games.
Beer garden games.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
One of them's called the Chalice Balance.
The
Chalice
balance.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And it's for mediocre prizes, you know, and everybody loves mediocre prizes.
they do.
Yes.
And
yes.
those and what are some of the mediocre prizes?
Gift certificates, T-shirts, swag, glassware, you know, typical mediocre stuff.
Okay.
It's mediocre.
It's mediocre. I got
Yes.
it. Okay. All
And
right.
boy, they
thanks.
love it, you
Oh,
know, and
yes.
it's a crowd favorite. So we wanted to make sure we brought what everybody enjoys the most, which is
Aerial acrobatics.
mediocre prizes. Everybody loves mediocre prizes. You know, they want those mediocre prizes. And I'll tell you, and you know, it's a crowd favorite. I gotta admit.
Are you going to allow her to call people out of the audience and have them get on the silk and her show them how to get on the silk? Are you
I
allowing that?
You're showing anyway.
Okay.
We'll just be showing this time. If they want to try it out, though, they can come to Meraki House.
Yes, there you go. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So, but I mean, I thought maybe if you had a ringer in the audience and say, "Does anybody like to try this out?" And they go, "Yeah, well," and then the person
Is the term ringer? Or I thought it was singer.
Who?
Maybe that's just salesmanship. Like if I was selling knives, for example.
Yes.
I would have a singer, and the singer would sing my song. So she would sing accordingly. Like, do those come in teal? Yeah, certainly, Judith, we can get those in teal for you.
So
you know, or
really
she'd raise
make
her
it up-
hand.
yes.
Would this be an ideal gift for my sister? You know, good question. Glad you asked that, Judith. This would be a great gift for your sister.
Yes.
Yeah. Singer.
That would okay. But I
Ringer.
saw ringer is someone who
In the audience is
who
really
is
good
an
at it already?
expert, who's be a maven of this, and so I
You can
was
call a fake maven from the audience that's like,
you put them in the audience, and then everybody in the audience will think it was that easy. Look how fast they learn that. That's
is this
great.
deceptive or is this entertainment? I got to know the
It's
difference.
so deceptive. It's very deceptive.
So how do you make it entertainment?
Well,
I mean, if
because
it's part
the
of the show,
person
you know, a magician
is-
will have someone in the audience to help, you know, but that's not necessarily deceptive because it's, well, maybe. There's a fine line here.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
You gotta be careful.
And you cross it all the time, so don't give me any of this stuff like you. You thought of this way before me. I know it. But Jenna, you have how many people going to be doing the aerial acrobatics? No, what'd you say, aerial
Aerial
Artistry.
artistry.
artistry? Yes.
Artistry, yes,
Yes,
that's a good
either
word.
way, we're down to play. So here it is. We have 3 mavens. So we'll have Maven Rowan, Maven Jody, and Maven Jenna.
And Maven, for everybody that lives on the east side of Conroe, means expert.
Yes.
Right? Okay. See, so I never heard that word before. That was the first time I heard that. So they're going to be how big is this for you to have to do what you're doing, and where are they being tied to? Is it a grid or what
Those
kind
are
of?
great questions.
Those are great. I love it. So we actually have a rig that is built for this
Okay.
by professionals. And we set it up, and it can go 21 feet tall, and it spans about 18 feet wide. And we have what we call courage catchers underneath. We have mats. It's
Okay.
a big 8-inch mat. We call them courage catchers instead of crash mats because when you take that courage to take a plunge, right?
Right.
They're there to catch you
If you happen to fall.
if you happen to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
Oh.
doesn't happen often.
Oh, don't say that because people, they go to the circus, hoping somebody will
Oh,
fall from the
yes,
trapeze.
somebody-
This
Just may fall.
Yes, that's what they're waiting to see, don't you think?
There may be an accident.
Oh,
But
But
the
there may
courage
not.
catchers
Yeah.
will take care of
most
it.
likely
you
there
know.
won't be, but
They'll stand up and go, ta-da!
but you never know.
but I'm telling you, it is.
Bring a controversy?
It's
Okay?
yes,
You feel it?
the
Yeah.
controversy's there. Yes,
Good.
It's good. So, go if you aren't squeamish about seeing blood and things like that. Go and watch this happen, because in case something might happen, just be prepared. But I think that you guys are you costumed? Are you just? Or is it just workout clothes that you wear? Is that?
We normally rep the Meraki House gear a little bit, but we do dress up, a little fancy hair, a little fancy clothes here and there. Maybe we'll surprise you. Don't want to give it away. You never know.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it plain Jane or is it costumed up, ready to go? We'll find out. You'll have to come see.
You have to
from
come
1 to
see.
3.
Very good. 1 to 3.
3.
Come and see.
B52 Brewing.
B52. I
This
know.
Saturday.
It's this Saturday, and it's something to do on a Saturday. Now, are they going
Something
to
free to do on a Saturday.
Are they going to be serving coffee at the end as people walk out the door? Do you have
I
coffee?
didn't have any correspondence in regards to coffee, but I don't know what the regular fare at B52 is regarding non-alcoholic beverages. I never really went there.
You never did. You didn't need to. People never get where they feel like.
Oh, I don't know what the regular people do, or what the normal offering is at B52. But I do know that I never went for coffee or requested it, so I wouldn't know whether that was provided or not.
So you're saying BYOC? Okay. Bring your own coffee. He had to think about it, didn't he?
Well,
BYOC.
it's free entry, so there's no need to, get too crazy with it. And I don't think anybody would stop you in your thermos.
And
We
what
just
you're
would
in your
assume it was
thermos.
coffee.
Right. That's
and
right. That's very good.
I don't have a dog in that fight, but if somebody there decides to stop you from bringing outside beverages, well, don't say you know somebody or anything like that.
I said,
I mean,
Armando said
I
it
did
was
not.
fine.
I'm on the radio right now. This is recorded somewhere.
That's
I
right.
mean, they know I did not entirely agree that you can bring outside thermoses into the festival.
It's going to be on
Somebody
YouTube.
will roll in a cooler if we tell them yes. They will. They'll bring up coolers.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, they would. Yep.
That
100%.
would be rude.
I'd
Right.
bring a cooler if you told me I couldn't. I mean, if you didn't tell me I couldn't.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, no
you would.
coolers allowed. Just no coolers.
Okay, well, no wine tasting for
Standard
the.
stuff. It is pet friendly though. I mean, you can bring your dog. You
you-
can't bring your cooler.
Wait a minute, you can bring your dog?
Yeah.
Well, is this in a?
It's
Is this-
it's at a brewery.
That's a beer garden.
Beer garden.
In the garden outside.
What does it mean?
We do
It's
have a
got
huge
sawdust
facility.
on the floor or
Dirt.
There's dirt. It's
Yeah.
it's on dirt.
Now,
Okay.
inside now there is a huge thing that looks like a bomber hangar, like an
Okay.
old airplane
so
hangar.
it's cement. and you're
Yeah,
walking on
inside's
cement.
all
Okay.
indoors, and if if it's inclement weather, there's plenty of space to enjoy
Oh,
the
right.
festival inside. But for the most part, we're expecting a sunny day.
It's going to be beautiful. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
first in a minute, and there's a lot of things going on. Saturday, it's Saturday. Everybody's got evening plans, but very few people got plans after lunch. Come on in, stop in, come see the LCF festival, and if it's so enticing, it steals away your dinner show. Well, then by all means, stick around. You can stay till 8, or you can just watch the opening.
Oh, till 8. It's open. It's open till 8 o'clock.
Or you can watch
Okay.
the opening festivities with Morocco House and AJ Santana and Harley Ray, and enjoy the artisan market, and taste till you find and drink till you're done.
Drink till you're done.
There's
means
a couple
drink
food
till you're
trucks.
I got a
done.
question for you, Armando.
Oh,
is
boy.
there a schedule? Because I know in the description, people who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, I put a link to the event. Is there like a schedule that they could see to see all this stuff? Is it all happening right at 1 o'clock, or is it going to be scattered throughout the day?
We did have and that's a really good question. We've been staging up that schedule, but we wanted to make sure a lot of the vendors that were coming had their freedom to move around, accommodate with staff and team members, because if they take away from a booth to come to do like if our medieval Buzz, a mystical Buzz, sorry, which is the mead guy, wants to do tastings as well as a class on how he got started in the business or how to make mead, and teaches that class, which there will be running all day. So in regards to his schedule, there'll be craft beer classes, brewery tours. There'll be the European Union is doing a wine seminar at the event. And that's from the 2023 Reserve Grand Champion Antiquity Chardonnay. And those are distributed by Bernhardt Winery and Craft Pride Distributors. They'll be at the event and having our 3 to 4:30, which is RSVP and booked out. That event is full. There are some SRO kind of opportunities at the event. You could still get in there and kind of be present. But those events are timed out throughout the day and scheduled. So we wanted to make sure that the event holders could flex between what works for their staff at the last minute. So there will be classes throughout the day and brewery tours and events and things happening at the event, from classes to how-tos to, introductions to this, that, or the other at the event itself. And they'll be introduced while you're there. So you'll see the chalkboards and stuff and, invites and things like that to do that. But as far as the aerial artistry, it's 1 to 3.
Now, is that it? 1 to 3, it's over? Or you won't
her
be
part is, yeah.
any further into the night since it goes to 8 o'clock?
No,
you
just
don't have
the
a second
first,
show?
She's first quarter. She's firing it up. She's
Okay.
the opening act. But we do have live music entertainment throughout the rest of the evening.
Okay.
It's just not safe to have her hanging from the trees and it's dark, or and it's we go into some hazards. So, but during the day we have the sun's shining and we have met all of our insurance requirements and we can perform at our peak. And then at 3 o'clock, I think the Thoracic Region Wine Seminar begins for the European Union at 3 to 4:30, and that's by Bernhardt Winery, and and they will be at B52 for the first time ever.
For the first time ever. So, okay, so she's going to draw people in. This will draw everybody in.
We hope so.
And but they're supposed to stop and taste before they do anything else? I mean, is that the first thing you're asking people? They come in and they start doing the test?
They can really, they're free to move around any way they'd like.
Okay.
It's not real like theater as if it's...
I feel like Cindy's never been somewhere.
I've never been...
Like out in public.
Come on, Cindy, you gotta come out and
Anywhere.
play. It's not that... It's
Anywhere.
relaxed. You can just relax on a picnic bench and enjoy and grab a nice cup of coffee or a little bit of libation if you'd like, maybe a little something, plenty of time. There are like 3 or 4 food trucks, I think, out there. Nomad Barbecues there, and those guys are phenomenal.
Now, that's what I was... Do you have some meat in this? You kept saying
Nomad
meat.
Barbecue.
And I go, are you saying meat or meat?
Right,
Meat,
that's what
okay.
I thought when I went to the firm. I was like, where's all the meat at? They're like, it's mead.
Meat.
What the? Yeah, we were
We'll get Cindy 1 glass of mead and see what happens.
No.
It's honey, so it's
It's
sweet.
honey.
Okay.
That's like biblical. You're supposed to consume honey. That was like, what are you thinking if you're not drinking the honey weed?
I'm so afraid if the way I
Fires
act...
made it.
the way I act totally sober at parties and stuff, if I had anything to compound that, I would...
Maybe you'd
it
be
would
bearable.
Horrible. What?
I said maybe you'd be bearable.
Maybe I need what?
Don't worry about it.
Yo,
I'm just digging at you.
Are you...
He's picking on you. But
the
I
antagonist,
get it. We're
antagonist.
just trying to poke the bear to get you to come out and play. I mean, he's right. I want you to come. I'd sure like for you to come.
You don't have to drink.
You don't have to.
Oh, no. I
They
just see.
have. Do they have lemonade there, or are they root beer? I know.
Yeah, they do. They have a root beer and they have some non-alcoholic beverages and
Because you have kids there and stuff.
Yeah, it's pet
yeah.
friendly, kid friendly.
But I think it's their root beer is actually made there.
I'm not 100%.
A
But
real...
I remember going there one time. They had like a lemonade, and then they had a root beer because it's a brewing. That's where they brew beer.
They're brewing...
they always do something cool for the non-alcoholic
Yeah.
guest because they assume it's the guest of someone who is okay with drinking, But in some events like this and other events, folks will come just to support. I mean, we have Matthews Light going to be there, the nonprofit. We also have the Conroe Cutthroats, a local nonprofit as well, going to be present. Almost August here in Conroe, down on the squares there, showing some of their stuff. The Wick and Wine group that's here on the square in Conroe. There are so many that are coming out.
That's cool. You got a lot of vendors
There's a
as
little,
well.
like, I think 10, 12, something like
Yeah.
that. But I think it's just a lot of other fun stuff happening, and we wanted to keep it lively and expand on more than just a concert. And
We
food.
should get the Cutthroats in with you doing silk. Doing something with the acrobatics with their rollerblades.
With the rollerblades on, yeah.
Well, they are super cool, and they'll have a show coming on right afterwards. And I know they've been here a guest on.
I can't get them. So every time that they're rehearsing or practicing at the rink, I can't get to them. So if you have an in with them, that would be so great.
Oh yeah, they'll
and
be
say,
there. You come say hi, come meet them.
Hey.
That's the whole idea.
This is side note. Did you know that roller rink has an adult night? So Cindy would be all about that.
What do they do for
Do
the
you
adult night?
Do you roller skate?
I can see it.
I can.
She signs and roller skates at the
Yeah,
same time.
I can sign roller skate at the same time.
Seriously?
No,
When
I
you're
can-
laughing when you said it, but you're serious.
That I can roller skate?
And sign at the same time.
Sure, of course.
Can we see it?
I love it.
This must be
I
a
love
thing.
it.
That's so
Cindy.
This is gonna be great.
Dude, she's really talented. She can do anything
I
plus
think
signing.
Brandy. That's all you had. I mean, Brandy Joe's her name. And she's with the Conroe Cutthroats, and they are always looking to get some more marketing and get folks aware that they're here.
yes,
and
I love.
They're
I
the
love that.
Conroe home team, and
Well-
it's the Cutthroats. And I'll tell you, it is what it is. I didn't make it up. I'm just supporting the Conroe Cutthroats. They got the coolest logo, the coolest little thing going on. It's so fun. It's so cool to watch. They practice at the Rainbow Roller Rink, but they travel for most of their competitions, so they're always out and about. They're in different places. And
But they rehearse there on Thursday.
I don't know
so
exactly, but they have
rehearse.
2 nights. They have 2 nights. One's like youth and fun, and the other is serious. Get ready, we're gaming tomorrow. It's Conroe Cutthroat time.
Yeah, but if you set them up and say, "I've been on her show and I know her," it would hold such.
Well,
Tell you
why don't you go to the event, Cindy? They're going to be there. You should go
Yeah.
to the event.
I'll walk you over to
It's free.
their tent. It's free.
It's free.
Yeah, just
Okay.
take you to their tent, and you just come at
Libby,
1.
let's-
catch Jenna, and
Yes,
then you
I'd
can
love to
go,
get Jenna.
and you can have a thermos in one hand
Okay.
and your dog in the other, and walk on over to there. I will introduce you to Brandy Joe that works with the marketing for all the Cutthroats, and she'd love to introduce that. And if you
Yes.
could come sign and skate at one of their events,
That would be so awesome. I mean,
Well,
another level. Yeah, another level. I think that's fabulous.
I don't know if they let. Do you think they let
Oh, they would let you do anything you
75-year-olds with maybe afraid might break their hip or something?
want.
They
Who are you
let 'em-
talking about?
we'll just give you one of those
Me.
walkers.
Yeah,
You're 75.
Yeah.
I will be.
Are you
I will
really?
be 75.
I thought
Yeah.
you were joking.
No, I will be 75. And that's
No way.
That's why I give her a hard time to keep her young.
yes. If it wasn't for my baby boy over there,
Yeah.
it's so.
Well, hey, Cindy, let me ask Armando the libation part questions because Cindy does not drink. So I'm going to ask
Oh, yes.
for the
Yes.
listeners who want to know what exactly is going on there when it comes to B52 Brewing. What kind of drinks are going to be served? Because this is the libation creation.
And this is our first. So one of the things that we did, I think, was just halfway to where I want it to be. And maybe next year we can get to full mast. But there are a lot of rules and regulations that, at the time we hadn't really deciphered all the way through.
Yeah. There's always, especially when it comes to alcohol, there's always something.
And there are rules on someone who makes beer to bring in an outside this or an outside that or a spirit versus a
wine and
or
a
beer.
mead.
Yeah, so we've kept it at some minimums in order to avoid complication.
Say I'm thirsty. What can I buy and drink there?
Beer, craft beers, all the B52 craft
Yeah.
beers. Mead, 3 different labels are coming, and cider, Houston City Orchard's coming, and they'll be doing some different types of varieties of flavored cider. But to me, a cherry cider seems awkward. Oh, it's apple cider. Well, I'm like, no, duh. I mean, isn't it all?
Well, people like cider.
but I
man.
don't know. I'm
I
going
know
to
the
the
younger crowd likes cider.
I assume all cider's apple, right? I assume that. I don't know that. And so I'm going to the class. I'm going to get the wiser for it, and I figured this was all.
So you can drink all this on site.
Yes, and cider, mead, wine. Bernhardt Winery is bringing wines to taste, sample, and purchase. So you can come taste it, and you give them a ticket. They give you a taste. And it's like a 1.5 ounce, and then you know what it is you want to buy, and then you can go and buy a bottle of Bernhardt wine. You can buy
wow.
a bottle of mead. You can buy a bottle of B52 beers or whatever you choose.
But
or
don't they
cider.
have like peach wine? Don't they have?
all kinds of stuff?
So it's not just apple cider.
No,
Peach
that's
cider.
what I was thinking was really awkward because all the cider had different flavors of different fruits, and I was thinking, okay, if it's an apple beverage, it's like a peach apple beverage. I don't know. I want to try it. That's kind of why the exploration's kind of still for me.
So to answer your question, most are made with apples and pears, but you can use it with any fruit. You can do strawberry ciders. You can do peaches, plums.
Wow. Okay.
It's a lot.
That's interesting. So there's no apples involved with the strawberry cider. I'd like to try some of those
So
to
there
get
you
an
go.
idea, and to try some of the. I've never even knew that, let alone tried it. But
So glad I was here
I certainly want to drink
to
all
interject.
that. And responsibly, 1.5 ounce. I don't know if I want to get into some things, but I have already pre-sampled some of the meads, and a lot of time I try mead, and I'm thinking, I just don't see. It's not refreshing to me. It's sweet, it's thick, it's honey based. But if I open up the cooler, I mean, granted, we're gonna all die of dehydration if the only thing we have is alcoholic beverages, right?
Yes,
So it's not really hydrating, but as you would think. But when I'm thirsty and hey, is there something to drink? There's some beer in the cooler. Oh, I'll drink anything right now. And I'm thirsty. Oh, there's some mead on the counter. Yeah, I'll take some water. I mean, I want something cold, refreshing.
right.
When I'm in that mindset. So I just never really get that, refreshing part to me. So when I take it over to the wine category and then I bring it in there, it's a bit sweet for me, and I can't palate it for long. So I don't see it as a long sitting beverage. But I tried a Guatemalan mead and from Mythical Buzz. I could definitely sit down with that. We could be friends.
You could be friends.
Yes, I could camp out with that one. That one.
I was curious when you're talking about ciders. So apparently there's two different types of ciders.
Okay.
There's normal cider, which is non-alcoholic, and then there's hard ciders, which is alcohol. It's fermented. So when you say there's cider there, are we saying there's hard ciders, or both?
I assume both. Houston City Orchard is doing this.
Okay, yeah. So that's they make hard ciders.
And
so.
man, when I looked around for cider places, they're few and far apart.
Yeah.
These guys are unicorns, and there are just not that many cider makers. I mean, there's a lot of mead popping up. Texas winemakers have just intensified ridiculously over the last 2-3 years since COVID. I mean, just tons of them. The licensings have been issued, and all of them tell me so many more licenses have gone out. It's ridiculous. We've doubled or tripled the amount of Texas winemakers that there were 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh, sure.
And that growth is exponential. Cider, it's not feeling that same vibe. I mean, there's not as many. It's not growing to that effect. There's not as many, which is curious to me. Winemakers, same thing. Mead makers, same thing, growing exponentially. Craft beer, always a good steady. But I don't know about its growth rates.
Are you saying
didn't look.
craft beer?
Craft beer. Yeah.
Sound like you're saying C-R-A-P. What kind of beer would that be?
That
Okay.
one you want a lot of. Maybe not one you want any at all of. I don't know.
And now
But-
for us mavens, you said that there was root beer, right?
Yes,
Because doing this, we cannot partake until after.
They have water.
Until after.
They have water. They have a sink.
I got what?
Yeah.
Look at it on tap.
That's fine, officer. You can take it any way you'd like. I mean, there's a lot of varieties there, and some non-alcoholic varieties, and you can do that. But then after 3 o'clock,
Then the party.
maybe,
So condescending when he goes, and there's some, it's the
Well,
non-alcoholic.
I think it's important for Cindy to understand it's a very family-friendly venue.
Yeah, and she's hanging from the trees. She could fall.
Right, that's right. No, I'm saying that's
I mean, I
smart.
could fall from the
happening.
steps walking out of the
She's
bar,
smart.
but it's not near as far of a fall as her in the trees. What is it, 16 foot you said on 20-something?
It goes up to 21 feet.
21 feet in the air. That's like, what, a 2-story, 3-story fall? I mean, that's for real. That could
There
hurt.
you go.
Eek.
That you could bring it up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That's
I could bring it up. Yeah, for sure.
when
Maybe
he
not
came
so much
on.
drama.
He came on before with your other friends, and he started talking about this libation and the B-52 thing. I didn't know they were going to come in and really talk about. It was like an event that was going to happen, and so they started talking. And he's talking to me. I said, "Do you realize I've never drank before, and
Ever?
never. I've never. I remember I told you I never drank or smoked, and I wasn't allowed to, so I just continued that through the rest of my life. But my mother was very, very strict about any of that stuff. And she said, no coffee, because that caffeine, you get hooked on that caffeine, so no coffee. But in the morning before we go to school, she'd give everybody a Coke. And you could drink, and we drank iced tea all the time. And so someone said to her one time, you understand that there's as much caffeine in that as there is in coffee. In fact, maybe not as much. And that just blew her mind. And she just wouldn't accept it because we were all hooked on Coke anyway. But the thing about the drinking is that when I would go to parties and everybody else was drinking, and it just drove them crazy that I wouldn't drink. They wanted to see me drunk. They wanted to see what I would be like if I was drunk. And my husband's friends just couldn't believe it. They said, you're not going to be any fun at all. And I said, no, here's the deal. I'm going to remember what all of y'all did during this party, and it's going to be great because y'all. They always ask me,
if it was all
did I
about
have
the
fun?
drinking, we wouldn't have put any entertainment in the event.
it was
we wouldn't have
entertaining.
aerial acrobats, or people are not going to remember it. So it's okay. I mean, there is never a thing that says, "Hey, you have to drink here or there." Bring your pets, bring your kids. Come and have a good time. Enjoy the entertainment and the beverages and libation if that's something you partake in.
Right.
I know Harley Ray doesn't drink at all. And,
Well, I'm not
and
judging
you
anyone that
don't
drinks.
drink at
It's
all.
just that
Yeah,
it's
you
just
are.
I am not
Yeah,
judgmental.
you're trying to Jeffrey Epstein us.
You
Are you abstaining us?
Are you Epstein us?
no.
Trying to get us drunk so you could blackmail us?
No. No.
That's
what you just said.
We're just
I was
making it
telling,
whatever
I was
party
telling
you
my
want it
husband's
to be.
friends that they're going to be in trouble.
When Cindy has a camera out, you gotta be nervous.
That's right.
It's
I have a
inclusive.
camera out.
It's an
Yeah.
inclusive party.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. There you go. See. So, but what was bad? The worst part was that they were all drunk and thick tongued and everything, and I would start slurring my words, and my husband said, "If you had something to drink," I said, "I don't drink it all. We can't just drink it all. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "You're getting drunk by osmosis."
Association. I'm drunk by association.
But just being around it. But it really was funny because I had so much fun. I didn't have a hangover the next day, and he would be just
I can
feel
watch
horrible.
enough British movies where I think at the end I have an accent. If
Yeah,
like a three
yes.
movie bender or something, by the end I'll be getting you a cup of coffee. Wait, that's Scottish. But you know what I mean? You can watch enough, where it
Yes.
kind of...
Have you done that in public? Just started talking in an accent?
No, they all know I'm Mexican. It doesn't work. My British accent, it's like...
You would be so embarrassed if you knew. After I did so much of the sign with Cindy and all that and sign language, and I thought, I could do other things. I don't just not sign language. I've got talent for other things, and so a friend of mine was doing a show at Fox News, not News, Fox that was in Houston, Channel 26, and and so they needed a. She wanted me to help the writers because the writers were having a difficult time because they didn't understand how TV shows work and stuff. She said, could you come in and do some writing? And it was for a show called Houston After Dark or Houston. So it was really weird. It was about, they were playing off of the, I love it in the start of the story, and I can't remember the name of the woman who had the late night show, and she would comment, and her name was, and she dressed all in black, and she was
Elvira.
Elvira. It was a takeoff of Elvira, and so they had the doctor's name was Abe Normal, and so I started writing for the show, and it was horrible writing with these people because they would do these epic scripts and things, and this station could not handle them. So I kept writing, and they different ones would leave, and so it came down to where it was just Abe Normal, and I was writing for him, and so the producer said, "Do you think you want to be on the show since you're writing a lot of the scripts and stuff? You want to be on the show?" I said, "Okay." She says, "Well, can you make a character for you to be on the show with Abe Normal?" I said, "Okay," and I came up with Anna Anatomy. And Anna Anatomy was an aerobic instructor from Transylvania because the blood circulation so important there. So she was the instructor.
That's nice.
And so she said, "That's great. Let's do that." And so I kept on the show, and then finally Abe Normal left, and it was just me. And so this show was
You
just
and Elvira?
crazy. Not me and Elvira, but I was doing the same thing Elvira was doing, but I would just write different scripts and different little skits and things that would happen on the show in between the
Did you
the
sign?
breaks. It was so much fun. But people wrote and said, how dare you do something this ridiculous when you were doing sign language for the hearing impaired? They thought it was so bad. And I said, well, I didn't say anything wrong. We weren't saying anything wrong, or it was bad, or anything bad. But it was just so different from what I had done before. And so, but you'd have been embarrassed if you had seen it. You'd gone like, Cynthia, shame on you.
I'm gonna Google it.
No, it's nowhere. They gave me all of the. They were supposed to give me all of the tapes because we were leaving the show, and so she said, "Well, you can get all the tapes." So I went back over there to get the tapes, and they said, "We can't find them." So there's lost tapes, and so one day
The lost
they may
anatomy
find the
tapes?
lost anatomy tapes, and it would be.
So tell me about
I'd
my
have to leave.
circulation again one more time.
The blood circulation. Yes, it's
I'm
but
there, yeah,
but my
so,
accent. You're talking about accent. My
Yeah,
accent would
good.
cross so many
Little
borders.
Transylvanian.
Yes.
You got a little Transylvania going.
Yeah,
I
some
like it.
Germany, Italian, but it would. But it was fun. It was just a lot of fun for me, and I enjoyed it. And a lot of people got insulted by it, but oh well, that's
Your
Hollywood.
fans, you
Did you
mean?
have fun?
Yes, I had a good time. It was fun until a lawyer wrote a fan letter and said. It scared me because it said it was a lawyer and wrote, and I opened up the letter and it said, "Could you send me a locket of your hair and your toothbrush? And that's, if you don't mind sending me that would be great." And I showed it to the producers. I said, what is this about? And they went, I don't answer it. I said, I'm not going to answer it.
Did
It's fine.
you
No,
send a toothbrush? or a
No.
locket?
no, that was like very weird, very strange. I don't know.
Abe Normal, a little.
Is
Yeah,
it,
I think they thought because of what I was playing, like, I'm just glad no one sent a vial of blood or anything, to
That's
us.
sending in. That's going the other way. That's weird. If I'm sending you stuff, you know what I mean. If I'm asking you to send me things, I don't think that's so crazy.
You don't think that's crazy?
No,
Okay.
I mean you have the option to just say no. No. But what? That.
I'm glad that was
but-
way before texting or way before that someone could text you and say,
Oh yeah, no. Now that
"Send
they
me
can,
this."
there's a whole lot more freedom to that. They're asking for everything. So let me assure you, toothbrush and a locket of your hair is not as weird as you think.
But I got to tell you, on the Cindy Cochran show,
It's way
here,
weird now. They're not asking for that. That sounds like courteous. They're asking for
they've
crazy stuff now.
they've stopped asking, so it's really great. I have very good
I
audience.
understood. No means no. I mean, no, you cannot have my hair.
Oh, I've been given a 2-minute warning. Jenna, thank you so much for coming. It's just been an honor to have somebody that has all the skills you got, and I want to come out and see what you do on the scarves. Not the scarves, the silks.
All that.
All of it. It works,
And all,
yes.
we're going to, Armando, you're always a trip. You just are.
my
And I
pleasure to
just
come visit with you.
enjoy having you on here. I don't have to talk as much. It's great. But thank you very much for both of you, and good luck with everything. And I hope I can get out there on Saturday, 1
Saturday,
o'clock.
March 25th, hopefully we'll see everybody at the LCF Festival at B52 Brewing. That's on Milroy Road. It's a good Google for map directions, and starts at 1 o'clock.
Okay, we love you guys. We love you. I love you,
pleasure.
audience. Thank you so much for being with us. And listen, have a good weekend. Enjoy everything. Call somebody you love. And first responders, we love you so much. We respect you.
Every week, people ask the same 2 questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these 2 questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, 1-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future, and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers